Hello, is it live? Kinda looks like it's going live. Yes, I'm live. Let me reboot this thing. The Twitch stream so I can see what's up. See what's up. Oh, yeah, hi. Alrighty, everybody. Race season has begun, right? Actually, I had just spur of the moment said I'm going to test my OBS. I haven't used it in a while. Everything seems to be working pretty good. And I want to recap real quick some of the racing stuff going on. And let me see. Oh, crap. I forgot I had ads on. Let me try to snooze them if I can. Well, let me run 1 minute real quick just while we set up. That way we can get it over with. Okay. And while that's going on, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll introduce myself. I'm Tanya Kangas. I am the daughter of a crew chief that did many kind of racing. So anyway, I like racing. I like being a racing historian. And I go by Miss T Motorsports on my YouTube channel, which you see is up right now. I don't stream directly to YouTube because a lot of the stuff I do is copyright, because I review old races and clips and this and that and other things. So yeah, as far as monetization, I don't do that. I'm not big enough for that on YouTube. There's ad revenue on Twitch just to pay for my Twitch sub, but anyway, let me see what I get to do. Oh, clips. Okay. I am reviewing 1999 Busch Grand National Series. Now it's O'Reilly Series. Look at that, right? And I've been going through all of these throughout the winter, and I believe I am down to, this was the last one I watched. I'll be watching Milwaukee next, but I'm not going to do that today. What I'm going to do today is show you a few clips I clipped of the 1999 season. Dad was with Tim Fedewa with the Busch Grand National Series at that time. So I'll just play a few of these clips. I haven't watched them in 2 months, but like I said, through the winter I was clipping them.
Jarrett's down in the Tim Fedewa pit.
Yeah, Eli moved down here. We picked up on the radio that they were having a vibration, a bad vibration. It just started about 10 laps ago. I came down and asked crew chief Vic Kangas what the problem was. He shook his head and said, we just don't know. Didn't know if it was engine or something in the tire, whatever, but Tim is reporting a very, very bad vibration. He's back in 24th spot, I believe, right now, but they're hoping for a caution to get this thing in here and take a look at it. They have no idea what's wrong.
As we mentioned, Tim turns 32 tomorrow. You know, a weird deal. He likes running flat tracks. He's run well at Nazareth. He's always been a wee bit off, though, here at New Hampshire. He said it's one of those interesting things that makes you go, He said, I just can't dial him in here.
Yeah, never led a lap here, but he's got a 6th place finish here and has managed to start in 2nd spot. That in 1995 here in New Hampshire.
You can see on the right rear corner of his car, he has made contact with somebody. There's a big donut there, but I don't think that's a problem.
Jarrett's down in the...
All right, that's that clip, and then I believe I saved the part 2 of that, because there's the vibration. Okay, he's in the New Hampshire pit. And this is how I knew my dad was working for Fedewa, for sure, because I heard it mentioned. Wait, they said Dad's name.
Kangas and the crew trying to get whatever ails that Stanley Pontiac, and it's a big race for them because...
Let me play that again since I was yapping.
And there you see Tim Fedewa, as Glenn was saying moments ago, coming into the attention of Vic Kangas and the crew, trying to get whatever ails that Stanley Pontiac. And it's a big race for them because the Stanley plant is in New Britain, Connecticut, just down the road a piece. They've got 600 or so folks from the factory, from the plant, who are here at their home racetrack, if you will.
You can see them changing all 4 there. That'll either eliminate the problem, or they'll know it's either in the drivetrain or somewhere other than wheels now.
So the work done at lap 75. There's Dale Earnhardt Jr., 7 7/10 seconds back, and Larry McReynolds, he's not running that badly. It's just
trouble on the front stretch
here on the main straightaway as Kelly Moore looped his automobile. but he would continue on under green.
You can see the roof flap right there on the roof of that car. It's already activated, so he was around backwards for a good little period of time there.
Green's still out.
Now, they didn't have the lucky dog at this point in time in 1999. So, obviously, Tim lost 2 laps on that deal. And I don't believe he'll ever recover the laps, but he'll run up front and put on a good show, I believe. Then when they went to Richmond, and I noticed they were leading at Richmond.
Two cars, 2 teammates running side by side, and now Mark has to back out a little bit because the 8 car checked up. That may give Burton a little bit of advantage. No, Mark Martin comes roaring back on the inside. Great racing at Richmond International Raceway, the action track. These fans have waited because of rain today. They waited for this exciting Busch action. They are not being disappointed now. Side by side action in the top 5.
And Kyle, they're running side by side and catching Bobby Hillin in second spot.
Yeah, and that, you know, like I said a minute ago, that's what was up with Roper. Roper knew he had to get around and put a little distance. Now, you know, they're just trying to figure out which way Bobby Hillin's going to go. Is he going to go low? Is he going to go high? Which lane's going to be the lane that moves forward?
And that's the problem Hillin's got. He can't block them both. Oh, some contact between Hillin and Jeff Burton.
But he tried, didn't he? I muted. We was fostering a pup.
2 cars, 2.
We're fostering a pit bull mix, some sort of bird dog mix, maybe a beagle. She has a face like a beagle, but she got the energy of a pit and a beagle. She's sweet. That's Sparkle back there woofing in the background. She's barking out the window at the little puppies outside. She talks a lot. Chris calls her a Wookie. So cute. Oops, okay, sorry. Back, go to the next clip. Let's see, out front at Nazareth. Now, Dad's won with Feeder at Nazareth in the Kleenex car the year before.
Hard forward to Jeff Green's and the Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s in that crowd to get called back up. Well, Jeff Green restarts in 28th position. Earnhardt's only back in 8th, so that will help a lot. But you're right. Both of these guys have been very fast, the 36 and the 63. Let's get an update on Chuck Bound. Now down to Matt Yoakum.
Ray, I talked to Jeff Hensley, Chuck Bound's crew chief. He told me their best guesstimate, he can go to lap 189. They're hoping for a number of cautions between now and then. Vic Kangas, the crew chief on the 36 car, he told me, well, right now we're hoping maybe another 110 laps or so. If we're lucky, we're praying for a number of cautions. Right now, I'm still doing the math, hoping maybe another 110 laps. Of course, you don't have to go that far, but still, they're guessing down here.
If they could go 100 laps, they could win this race without...
I'm having a little bit rate problem. I can see it. I don't really know what it is.
Chuck Bound, get that run on him. You know,
don't look good.
and Chuck Bound have clear racetrack. It may be hard forward to Jeff Green.
Unstable. Let me pause this just a minute. Let me see if this instability will clear up. I have a feeling it's more like internet more than computer. Instability. Come on. I guess it's not gonna. Let's see what I can do. Try to make it more stable. I have a feeling it's the internet itself. Sorry about that. What a dumb thing for this to do. Let me run an ad real quick and try to fix this. See if it comes out. Sorry about that. Still got really bad bit rate. I'm running OBS and I'm running Twitch. Okay. Everything's okay. All right, wait a minute. bring that up. All right, I don't know. Is it recovering? I'll reboot that. It might just be on my end. Oh, I refreshed it and the bitrate says it's fine. So maybe everything was fine. It was just a momentary glitch. But here we go. We'll play this again.
And Chuck Bound have clear racetrack. It may be hard.
Now this is Nazareth. It's one of my favorite tracks in the whole world. And if anyone with ambition wants to get a new track,
Both of these guys have been very fast.
a lot of the regulations are lifted nowadays, so maybe they'll let you build it there. I mean, rebuild it, revive it.
He told me their best guesstimate, he can go to lap 189. They're hoping for a number of cautions between now and then. Vic Kangas, the crew chief on the 36 car, he told me, well, right now we're hoping maybe another 110 laps or so. If we're lucky, we're praying for a number of cautions right now. I'm still doing the math, hoping maybe another 110 laps. Of course, you don't have to go that far, but still, they're guessing down here.
If they could go 100 laps, they could win this race without pitting again.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that's the point. It's just like they said a minute ago, short pitting, and you see Chuck Bound get that run on him, you know, feet away.
Okay, let's see what happens. I think I might have clipped the, okay, Fidoa out front, Fidoa leading, Dad on the box.
Moving around. Here's the race back to the line right here. These guys are racing for the lead, you know, and obviously the 36 car has gotten around the 3 car again. There's Earnhardt Jr. out in the grass, but I tell you what, Fidoa beats him back to the line, and Fidoa was your race leader right now.
He sure
Good
is.
move.
Yeah, at lap 140, Tim Fidoa regains the lead after Earnhardt got out front just for a little while. Earnhardt obviously has a very strong car, and there is Lyndon Amick, who has had the bad luck Schleprock season of the year. Unbelievable bad luck this team has had, and he took an awfully hard hit there when he hit Brad Loney. Well, the good news is both of these drivers have gotten out of their race cars. The fire is extinguished, and we're under caution once again here at Nazareth Speedway. It's the 9th caution of the day, and Jeff Green heads to the pit.
There's Dad, right there, in the Stanley shirt, and Tim's wife on the
Welcome
box.
back to Nazareth Speedway.
And what I'm going to do is jump to the full video.
Number of cautions. We are now working our 9th as a major crash over in turn number 2 involved Lyndon
jump
Amick
to
and
the
Brad Loney.
end
Both
and
of those
see what
drivers out of the car.
happens.
And that is a good news. Here, let's take a look at the replay, Kyle. We can see what happened and why Lyndon Amick was running where he was.
Yeah, you see the 90 car. He just spun, or maybe he got tapped. We didn't see it on the other replay. But it seems like a long time, and a minute ago, I'm going to have to apologize to Lyndon Amick and his spotter and his entire crew.
We could watch this. It's like 15 minutes till the end of the race, so I brought you into it with a few clips. I just really love Nazareth.
He comes up off the corner,
so I'm going to watch the rest of this clip,
to get back in the lap. So I apologize
or the rest
to
of this
Lyndon and those
race,
guys.
which
And
is,
here
like
he
I
is.
said,
Yeah, there
15
he is
minutes or
hitting the car.
so.
But as you see going out of the way here, you see the 36 go to the outside of the 3 and pass him because the 3 falls in line behind the 12 car. To keep from lapping the 12 car, it's like the 3's going to let the 12 car keep his lap. He falls in line behind him, and Fidoa just drives by on the outside. So, you know, there's a gentleman's agreement most of the time that you don't do that. But let me tell you something. With darkness coming and with rain up there, you can throw the gentleman's stuff out the window. You run as hard as you can.
Right, and now NASCAR has told us that they will have 25 laps remaining, so this race will not go the distance of 200 laps, but when that yellow came out, a couple of cars came to pit road, and that includes our front row starters, the 32 and the 57, right, Bill Weber?
Absolutely. First of all, updating the 32, they had a miscommunication problem when Jeff Green came down pit road that time. They really didn't want him to pit, and since he came down pit road, they went ahead and changed tires and sent him back out. The 57 pitted so they could get 4 fresh tires and hopefully pick up some track position here in the remaining laps. Now, an update on the front runners, the 36 and the 3. The 3 team has been very calm, but they're very disappointed that NASCAR has not put the 36 car of Tim Fidoa behind the 3. Earnhardt told his crew he clearly saw the flashing lights on the backstretch, that he clearly backed out. He knew there was a very dangerous situation on the track, that there is a gentleman's agreement that you do not pass in that situation. They've conveyed that feeling to NASCAR. NASCAR has left the 36 in front. Needless to say, Earnhardt's crew is not very very happy about that. They hope Earnhardt can get that position back. We'll see what happens. By the way, Dale Jr. also said his first concern was for the guys that were involved in that incident. 2 laps to go. We'll see if Earnhardt can get back to the front. And right now we go down pit road to Matt.
Bill, a victory for Tim.
That's a little bit funky because I've seen it go the other way
on his mind this weekend
as well.
Is his mother, Sharon. She's battling cancer.
He never saw him coming and was like, holy
He told me that this is his wife, Terry, and they both told me this morning this win would be very, very special for them because she has been in their thoughts and definitely on their minds all weekend.
A lot of emotion involved in this
Tim
sport,
still
and I'll tell you what,
spots, I
32
believe, for
and 57,
some
going
truck
into the
teams.
pits and losing 10 or
Maybe
11 spots on the racetrack.
He
It'll be
scores
a
for
gamble,
teams.
and we will have the conclusion of the First Union 200, we hope, when we come back to NASCAR.
And
More NASCAR Busch racing coming up.
it was nice to find this clip. I believe that Tim will actually finish 10th in points for the 99 season.
We had a rain delay earlier,
Which
and there has been
I
some
think is
very
pretty good. I
strange
think that's where they end up
situations
finishing.
happened here.
So
Jeff
Dad
Green was the leader of
has
the
had
race, went
some
down
pretty
pit
good
road,
success.
And it was somewhat of a snafu
With,
for Tim Fidoa up front, and he and
Busch
Dale
Grand
Earnhardt
National,
Jr. have had a really
Xfinity,
good
O'Reilly
battle. Now, as I indicated, NASCAR has
championships
told
or
these guys, because of the
wins.
possibility of darkness, and for the safety of the drivers, they are going
Like
to
in the
shorten this
points,
race.
you know, he's won the
checkered
championship,
flag
he's
will
finished
come
5th in
around
points,
lap
6th in
168, which
points,
is
7th
20
in
laps from
points,
now,
8th
and
in
an awful lot can
points.
happen between now and then.
And I believe this is
Now
going to
and
be
then.
10th
An
in
awful lot can happen
points.
between now and then. And the deal is, it is getting dark. It doesn't
With
show
various
on your
teams.
TV as much as it shows here. From the spotter's point of view, it's dark on the backstretch. And things that just happened with Brad Loney and Lyndon Amick and those guys, that's critical. You want to keep the drivers as safe as possible.
Now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was able to get by Tim Fidoa on that last green flag run. Will this cooling of the tires affect that situation? Matt Kenseth in tow right behind Todd Bodine, and then a great run for Ted Christopher. Green flag is back out. 19 laps to go to see who wins the First Union 200.
Also, you got to figure Fidoa is out front, but he had mentioned about this gas, okay? He's trying to go 150 or whatever to the end without pitting, and of course we've got darkness coming, and we know they get 25 laps to go, and so I guess he isn't going to be saving anymore. So that whole story changed in like 30 seconds. But Earnhardt is faster. You know, Tim got to lead, and I believe they got bonus points for leading.
Back to the inside of Earnhardt Jr. Same thing that Earnhardt Jr.
And Tim
does all the
has
time.
won at this track 2 times prior.
I'm going to tell you, this is the kind of race you usually see up here.
He won in
Kenseth sitting there,
98 with my dad.
3 wide down into the corner. Somebody's got to give, and Fidoa lets off, and now we're going to have another leader. Matt Kenseth takes the lead. Todd Bodine goes with him, and I'll bet you Little Earnhardt's not too happy about that.
No, he can't be too happy.
Well, I guess who he can blame some. You know, Dale's matured so much since then.
He drove on down in there and checked out just about.
He really had the blame game going on for a long time. He was really, really good, and he deserved to speak his mind, but he did the blame game more than he probably could have as a young driver. It doesn't. It's not becoming to blame all the time. Especially when they're racing incidences. You know? He took the moral high ground on that last restart. But
and we have a car into the wall in turn 4, and I believe that may be our in-car camera of Shane Hall, and it is Shane Hall in the Central Tractor Farm Store, and no caution yet on the speedway.
Flat tire.
So Shane Hall may be able to make it to the pit road, and they're going to try to keep this one underway. And Ted Christopher spins, and we've got a big crash down in turn number 4 in the same spot where Hall had just.
Okay, now we have a caution.
There may be some oil down there. There may be something down there.
There's a lot of something down there.
Because Hall had done a great job up till that time of avoiding all the accidents. All of a sudden, he's not just going to spin by himself, but that's a major pileup that took out some of the front cars.
Yeah, caution number 10 and a big fire now coming out as they tried to refire the Castrol car of Casey Atwood, and I believe he said, not going to do it.
I was thinking it might have
Casey
been
starts to climb out of that car. Mike McLaughlin
Elton Sawyer, but Elton drove a few years prior on that car.
For this team.
You know, they were going to run a few more laps, but it may be under a
He's
time
got a
deal
broken
right now where they
something
just
in
stopped
the
the
rear.
race a lot shorter under this last
This
caution.
is
You
the
don't know what they
former
were gonna do. We had
champion,
talked
Randy
before when they
LaJoy.
went
This
back,
is
that they
Corey's
were gonna
dad
try to
driving
run
this.
for a little bit longer and try to run 20 or 25 laps.
And
but it's
Corey,
getting dark.
I mean, Randy had a wicked time with that team without
on the track right now. This thing
you know, breaking
Here's a look at what
parts and
happened.
crashing.
We see down to the inside.
He didn't have a lot of luck. I think he
No,
won
that's not Todd Bodine. He's up front.
at least
If we roll
one,
the
though.
replay here, maybe we can see Shane Hall's on the inside.
That's Shane. This is the first accident. This is where Shane spun. He got in the corner and tried
reviewed
to stay
one
off
of the
car in front
99
him
races
and
that
spun
Randy
himself
won.
because of it. He just tried to stay off it.
good save.
Had the wheels locked, left front's flat, you know, because he busted it. That's just one of those deals. Then they go, while Shane's trying to get back to the pits, here he is.
I'm not going to do a real long stream. This will be a short stream. And I appreciate everybody that watches in VOD. I'll upload these to
in exactly the same place where Shane's
YouTube and then clip out any of the
Ted Christopher either spins and loses it,
people
and they all
that
check up
copyright
behind him,
stuff.
but
Some of this stuff's copyright by NASCAR, regardless of who filmed it or brought it up.
The 98 car of Elton Sawyer and Randy LaJoy.
It used to be only like a 5-year or 7-year regulation on all that.
And that's what happened to McLaughlin. He got on the grass and
There's no
nowhere to go.
regulations.
That's the
There's
deal.
no
These
rules.
guys, you see them get on the grass. They
It's
can't
a
control
freaking
these cars on that
free-for-all
wet grass.
nowadays.
And they've
With
got no
anything.
place to go. Look at Randy LaJoy in that car camera. He goes to the inside right here. The wreck happens up in front. 13 spins. Randy gets stopped.
Yeah, Randy, I
Gets
know
hit,
what the
gets knocked back straight, goes to the left, goes to the right, down shift,
Almost hit
turns
Christopher.
left, and goes right in between
Ted
them all.
Christopher
You see
was
Jeff Purvis
Mike Christopher Jr.'s
and
uncle.
Great job of driving by Randy LaJoy to get
He
hit
was a
and knocked
past
around like that
champion.
and still keep going.
Elton Sawyer was third in the points coming into this race. He's out of the race car and headed to pit road. Now Mike McLaughlin is in the pits. They're going to do some repairs on the right front there. This team has had nothing but bad luck for the last 5
Mike
or 6
McLaughlin's
races.
son,
They
Max,
were really counting on a
is
top
driver.
10 finish here.
I think he's got 2 sons that drive.
Maybe we can
but
get a look from his
haven't heard of
in-car
Max
camera.
much
Yeah, we can. Right here it is. Mike McLaughlin's Gould Pump
lately.
Chevy.
I think
and
he's
here's what
doing some
happened.
dirt stuff.
He goes down in the corner. They're wrecking up in front of him. He checks up a little bit. You see him checking up right there. He turns down into the grass. Boom, he gets hit. Either he gets on the gas too quick or he gets hit from the rear and turns right to the dead right. And it just tears the right front tire off the car and right front fender off the car.
I think the message there is certainly don't go to the grass after it's been raining.
Okay,
Whenever
I'm
you're
gonna
racing
fast forward
at
through
Nazareth.
these dozen
Back on board with
replays.
Mike McLaughlin. The damage is to
There we go.
Jeff Purvis
Back to
is
green.
really running in 6th, but
I think we finished 3rd. 8 to
remember,
go.
folks, 2 wins in
There's a
1999 for Matt
mosquito.
Kenseth, 0 for Dale
It's been
Earnhardt
cold.
Jr.
We almost
See
lost the
Earnhardt Jr.
water
driving the
last
wheels
night.
off that thing. He jumped on
I
the
got
gas
it
in the middle of
dripping.
that corner right there and
More
jumped
than
straight
dripping.
up
I
to the
got
wall.
it dripping.
Lost a little bit of space to Kenseth, but still, even at that, he's driving the wheels off of it. There's a big race
Fuller
going on
is
right
running
here.
16.
These guys are 7th, 8th, and 9th.
In the 89
right here
car.
behind Ted Christopher. Ted Christopher, remember,
He ran
that
pretty
other
good.
accident with serious harm. He's the one that started the thing when he spun a little bit there and got tapped. And these guys are just racing right now.
And there goes Hank Parker. He makes a move on Joe
Hank
Bessie, and
Parker
that is
Jr.,
for position.
I met
But
him
look right behind him,
with
folks. Here
Stephen
comes
Wallace
Jeff Green
at
in the Clean X Chevrolet,
exit
the
36
guy who started with a track
billiards.
record on the pole, and then because of that
Back
crazy pit
in
situation, had to go back to about 17th or 18th.
about 2001 or 2. No, 2004 maybe. I didn't even know he drove. I wasn't really actually following NASCAR. After 97, I didn't follow NASCAR too much. I went to a couple races when my dad was in the area. I went to a Hickory race, and when we were up in Nazareth, we went to a Nazareth race that he won there the year before. But really, I like started gardening, and at the time I was married to a firefighter. He's since passed away, not a fire, but you know, he and I divorced, and he remarried a nurse, but he had some physical
team to come out and start like
problems.
they have this year and work together like they have.
You're listening to the voice of Kyle
So
Petty.
he
I'm
passed
Ray
away a
Dunlap
couple
calling
of
the
years
action
ago,
from
but
high
he
atop the
was
Nazareth Speedway.
excited
A lot of
to
thanks
go
Bill
to
Weber and
Nazareth.
Matt Yoakum, who've been controlling the pits down there. It has been a
He got
very
to be the
strange day,
second
and as we
gas
expected,
can
Earnhardt to be
man.
right on the bumper of the 17 car and make it a great race. Now with 4
Dad
laps
would
to go,
always
that
let our
distance from first to
friends
second
help.
is starting to widen.
You see that tire rub? Look at that tire rub a little bit, and that's where he and Todd Bodine had their altercation there under caution.
Back then,
While all
nowadays,
this is going on, you see
too many
Speedway,
rules.
the
Well,
master
not
at this place. He's
no more
easing
rules,
back
right?
into it a little bit.
I just
He
said
may
that.
have an
There's no more
opportunity to
rules.
make a run on second place.
It's a
I don't think
freaking
anybody's
free-for-all.
got an opportunity to make a run on Kansas right now if
I
the
love
race
that
continues
song.
like it is. but this may turn into a race right here.
It's a free
Incredible year for Matt Kenseth, the point leader, coming into here with 84-point lead over Earnhardt. I gotta believe that Tony Uri and the spotter for Dale Earnhardt Jr. are saying, baby that tire right now, because if that tire blows with just a couple laps to go, we could lose an awful lot of points.
Yeah, if something happens
Yeah,
to that
Fido's
tire
car
with 2 laps to go
wasn't
here,
exactly the
he can not only lose,
fastest,
he
but
stands the
he
possibility
did
of
that
losing a
little
really good
maneuver
race car
to
because
get
this car has
some
been phenomenal today. He
points
could lose
for
a lot of
leading.
points because you can drop with a couple of laps to go.
So-
He needs to just get in there, hang in there, stay off of it as much as he can. It's still got this little bit of stream. It's rubbing in that one place. The one fortunate thing about this racetrack is it's a flat track.
Kenseth
So
is
in the
winning
corners,
this one
it rolls away from
by
that left
far.
front. It doesn't rub in the corner. It just rubs when he's on the straightaways with it. So if he can stay off of it as much as possible, it'll help him.
White flag lap is in the air right
White
now.
flag.
Matt Kenseth has 1 lap to go. What a run for
Matt
Adam
Kenseth.
Petty, Dave Blaney, and Hank Parker Jr. all in the top 10 on their very first visit ever to Nazareth Speedway. But the DeWalt Chevy has been the strongest here in the closing laps, and Matt Kenseth is going to pick up win number 3 of 1999.
I loved
in the
that
NASCAR
track. I
Busch
got to
Grand
tell you,
National
man.
Series.
Look
He
at it.
wins the first
If you look at the history, I think I've done a show with the history of Nazareth, and
They fought all day. They struggled.
I found it
Great
even
job by
more
Dale
that
Earnhardt
it was
Jr. Those guys, they fought hard and,
a lot to do with the Mario Andretti family when they had something to do with building it. And I think Penske owns it now, and there's these
on a racetrack. It's really tough to drive on, and they showed they've got
there's
a lot of
these
experience, and they're going to be forces in the future.
grandfathered in things that it can never be a racetrack again because it's going to compete with Pocono and all these ridiculous things because
disappointed with that.
Burger King's next door to McDonald's and next door to Hardee's because that's where the action is. It will bring more racing.
And once again, Matt Kenseth is the winner here at
Everyone
Nazareth.
says it's too far gone, but I tell you, Wilkes was a lot further gone. Nazareth's just a lot bigger. But this is the Indianapolis Kart Series. When that split, this track
when we come back to Nazareth, you're watching the first
took
Union
those
200
that
on
Indy threw out
ESPN, and Kyle, it
in.
has been a
If you,
very strange
or
day.
people that left Indy series went to the Kart Series, and this is where this track come in. So this bitterness about it, but it's such a sweet track. It was probably one of the prettiest tracks that I've ever been to. So that's just like BS if they don't bring it back.
We welcome you back to Nazareth,
It's so
Pennsylvania,
political and
where
so
Matt Kenseth climbs from
greed and all the stuff that almost broke NASCAR happened to this track.
A long day, but a rewarding finish.
So that's
Yeah, it was
an
quite the
old
race, Bill. I
lady
tell you, I got to thank, first of all, I got to thank Dwell Tools, Craft
rant.
Foods, Chevrolet, Luxair, Goodyear had a good tire, and Kipley Performance for building their motors. But we had a pretty good car all day. I never thought it was good enough to win, and I hated what happened there at the end. Junior had to race one and got beat back to the caution racing back, and that got him out of line, and they got together off of 2 out there, and I had it run, and there was nothing else I could do. I had to take it. We were toward the end of the race, and then got lucky. I needed a restart. We were really sliding the tires real bad, and after a restart, the thing would have grip for about 10 laps again, and that was just enough to get away, luckily.
There were some wild moments on the racetrack today.
Yeah, it was a race everybody saw anyway. I think everybody sat in the trailer and played cards too long today and didn't have nothing to do. So when it was ready to race, everybody was ready. But luckily we made it through everything pretty much unscathed and had a good solid pit stop. And Robbie and the guys just gave me a really good car to drive again, and just a real lucky guy to be standing here, Bill.
It can be a tough situation for a driver because there's a gentleman's agreement. You don't race back to the yellow. But if you think the race is about to end, do you go for it?
Well, I feel like if it's going to end under caution there and it's, 1 to go, something like that, maybe you should race back. But I don't know any way around it. We've had this discussion in NASCAR a lot of times when I've raced back to get my lap back also. But the leader was 2-3 car lengths, had a second place car, and the leader clearly let off the gas for the caution, and he just took advantage of it and went by. So I'm glad it didn't end like that, and we got a chance to race for it at least.
And you maintain the points lead as we head to a big weekend in Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm happy with the points lead, but man, I'm happy to have this Dwell Chevy in victory lane again. I tell you, these wins are hard to come by. This Busch Series is ultra competitive. There's a bunch of guys that are running way better than they ran last year, and this is a tough deal, and I can't wait to go to Charlotte and race them Cup boys. It's one of my favorite places to go to.
It's a sensational year for you and a great day. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Bill.
Matt Kenseth in victory lane. Let's go
Also,
to Matt.
another factoid, all those bleachers behind in the background all ended up going to
you just finished having a conversation with
Watkins
Tom
Glen.
Bodine. What were you all talking about?
So,
you know what?
like,
we run there.
I don't know the
car on fire in the
financials
middle of the
behind
racetrack.
that.
Cost come out in the 36 car race. We back to the flag. We was leading the race with about 25 to go. Figured
we looked like we was in good spot to win, and he raced me back to the flag, which we just don't do that. It ain't in the rule book, so you can't get it back. You're under the caution.
I wonder what he'd say about it now.
So next caution comes out, I'm going to get it back, you know, and I raced him back to the flag, and he got mad, run in front of my car, knocked the bumper off his car, had to come in, didn't finish up in third place where he was gonna, and so he's hot at me about it, but I can't help him.
Still for you, though, second place.
Junior was such a little snot back then, wasn't he?
Yeah, we just, you know, bumped around.
He
there.
was so
trying to
snarky.
take the lead from the 36, and we got together going in the corner.
He's really, really
mellow.
mellow.
You know, I was up against the wall, but he knocked me up for keep spinning out. Had to go up to the marbles, and a couple of them got by me. We just were real frustrated at that point, so we wasn't pulling no punches, and you know, to get back to second, I should be pretty happy, but man, I sure wish I was where Matt is.
Well, he sure does. He still hasn't been there yet in 1999. Guys?
Well, the longest streak in Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Busch Series career for no wins. His last win came at St. Louis last year. It's been a long time coming, and today Earnhardt finishes second behind Matt Kenseth. Great run for Tim Fedewa. Adam Petty, Kyle, you got to be awful proud.
That was a
Another
pretty
top
good
five.
Great
finish.
run for Adam and a great run for Ted
see,
Christensen.
we'll
Or Ted
smidge that
Christopher
down.
and those guys. There were 2 or 3 guys. that were
Back
in
up one more time to these clips. Oops, there's a clip. Back up this way. There we go. Let's see. Okay, Dover. Flat. Okay. He got a flat at Dover.
Eli, it's a flat left front tire for Tim Fedewa. They will change both left side tires, but it was the front that was flat. They changed it. Little problem with the left rear. Now he's underway. Oh, and he stalls the car.
We got her going, though, didn't he? One thing I might point out to you is that Goodyear's happy hour for the Winston Cup cars has been extended 30 minutes. It's going to be an hour and a half. Goodyear is recommending scuffing all your tires for the race tomorrow. So they had that problem at Richmond that they don't feel like was their fault necessarily. I think they're trying to cover their bases here.
Yeah, Dover ate up some tires, I'll tell you. There's Dad. That stinks. I think they finished 2 laps down because of that. Lost 2 laps with the flat.
Tim Fedewa back on the racetrack, lost 2 laps before. He's in 37th. DW, watch this.
Yeah, watch right here what happens. The 17 car down on the inside, he wiggles a little bit, and bam. 8 wheels will get a lot more traction than 4. Bounces off to 36 and keeps on digging.
That was Matt Kenseth in the 17 there. Just light contact getting in the corner. A lot of times when you drive
Ted
under a
Christopher
car like
in that 13.
Twist around a little bit. There is a draft.
Michael Christopher Jr.'s uncle. We lost him in a practice crash. I think it was Martinsville.
Yeah, he sure did, Eli.
Don't hold me to it. I know. We try not to focus on all that. Oh, wow. Natalie Decker's got an interview. I'll watch that offline. I don't want to copyright them, but look that up. It's on Matt Tift's channel. Matt Tift and Mansfield Speedway. 16 hours ago, got 1,000 views already. Natalie Decker tell-all interview. I want to know.
Yeah, watch right here what happens. The 17 car down on the inside, he wiggles a little bit, and bam.
That's the review. Okay, let's back one more time. Okay, that's the end of the clips that I actually had on there. So anyway, I can jump to my YouTube channel. Like I said, Miss T Motorsports. I'm going to upload this video. It'll be right here, right below. Like you click on just T Kangas or whatever. Look up by my name. That's my crazy spelled name. And that'd be that. I did the clips. Like I said, this is Milwaukee will be the next race I will go and review. I'm going to do it offline. I'm not going to... Let me pause this off. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll do it later. But this is what I wanted to actually show you when I was actually looking up some Daytona stuff. I went on the NASCAR channel. I signed in, and I'm getting... I clicked on news, and it said, here's the lineup. I love, like... using this channel. Like when the race is alive and everything, you can get MRN. They've really like made it decent for us old folks that don't have a lot of subscriptions to everything, and it's a fun little page. Anyway, I liked this, the countdown to green on the Daytona 500's 2 days, 4 hours, 51 minutes, and 4 seconds. Counting down. And they got the schedule. And click the schedule. It can tell you the Cup Series schedule, where they're going, and who won. Logano and Elliott won the duels. We used to call them the Twin 125s. Anyway, Priest won the Clash. Cookout Clash. And Daytona 500, like I said. It's just a few days. Click back to news. Click back to the lineup. This is where we'll have fun. I wanted to look at this. It's 42 photos. And you can see the paints this year. That's Buscher, RFK, Ford, Justin Allgaier and JR Motorsports Chevrolet. Well, you look like we got Denny running back and forth there every time I flip the picture. William Byron in the, of course, Hendricks 24. We got BJ McLeod. Number 78, Live Fast Motorsports. I didn't know what they were going by nowadays. And of course, Ross Chastain and the Busch Light. Trackhouse Racing. What is he running? Chevy. Okay. As another Ford of Allgaier. Cindric. Austin Cindric. There's Allgaier. I mean, I'm sorry, Allmendinger. I just did I just did Allgaier. He's up here. I'm a ding dong. Right there. Allgaier. Okay. Austin Cindric. AJ Allmendinger. Chevrolet Colic. Colic Racing Chevrolet here for Ty Dillon. Cody Ware. It's a decent old-fashioned paint. There's Connor Zilic is 88 with the bull. Let's see. We've got Jimmy Johnson in the Carvana. We have Zane Smith in the 38 for Front Row Motorsports in the Ford. We've got Corey Haim in the Robin Hood car, 67. Of course, Ty Gibbs in the monster car. That 35 is an old school number for our family. That was the first Bouchard number that won 4 championships at Seekonk. Here's Bubba Wallace running for 2311, a Toyota, of course. And Reddick for Toyota 2311. And we got Front Row Motorsports Ford for Noah Gregson. We've got Chris Graythan Video, Getty Images, Eric Jones, Smith and Jones, I'm being funny. Eric Jones, 43, Legacy, Petty Garage. We got Cole Custer in the 41 for Haas. We have some guy in a number 11. I think his name is Denny Hamlin. Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. He is probably one of the biggest favorites to win this year's championship, along with Christopher Bell. Let's see, the 48 Ally of Alex Bowman. That's nice colors. Another monster car for Ty Gibbs. Wait a minute. That's weird. It was on there twice. I don't know. Anyway, Ryan Preece in that Viva. That makes me want to go buy paper towels. Let me tell you that it looks like fun paper towels with all those colors. I like that car. Good look, Ryan. Go get him. He's our team favorite for sure. Our mod son. Here's McDowell. No, Todd Gilliland. Man, I'm in old school. There's Ryan Preece, our native son. There's Todd Gilliland, Front Row Motorsports. Here we got Casey Mears. He's in the 66 Garage Ford. We've got Ricky Stenhouse in the Chef Boyardee Hayek Motorsports. And Daniel Suarez in Spice is from my IMSA days. Spire Motorsports. And classic Wood Brothers still hanging in there with Josh Berry. Number 97, we got Shane Van Skinsberg, Kiwi from New Zealand, setting the short tracks and the road courses on fire. And of course, Christopher Bell. He's our favorite. Hold on a second. Gotta get rid of this dude. Pick on the rich people. Leave us the fuck alone. There you go. Christopher Bell, Interstate. Of course, that's been with Gibbs forever since, gosh, Bobby Labonte brought that sponsorship, or got that with Gibbs and Hendricks years ago. I want to say 96. And the Dollar Tree with John Hunter. Of course, we always root for the Nemecheks. Long history and legacy there. And we got the Michael McDowell 71 Spire. Very patriotic. And Brad Keselowski, he's back. He says he feels great in the car. Little sore walking to and from it with the leg injury from skiing or something. Then we got Kyle Larson. Hendricks Camp, of course, Chevrolet. Austin Dillon, of course, in the RCR car. And our crowd favorite from iRacing, Carson Hosvar. That kid's got it made right now. Got good sponsors. Let's see. We've got Ryan Blaney in the Caterpillar. The Menard Chevrolet. The Caterpillar's on his lip. It's such a funny. Hey, my friend does them all at best, though. I will tell you. But good try. And Chase Elliott, of course, Epic number 9. I worked for the 9 back when it was Melling and Lake Speed. Good times in 96. Anyway, there is Logano. Between Blaney and Logano, they're going to be the tough ones to beat. Got Chase Briscoe. He's fast. I say he wins today. I just got a gut feeling. And Priest be number 2, maybe. Here's Kyle Busch. Great looking car. Looks fantastic. I loved it. Love the look. And then we've got, that's it. At Track Photos, Daytona Speedweeks. You want to look at that? I don't know if they let me do this or not. But anyway, this is what I was actually getting online to do, was just look at a few of these paint schemes with y'all. And now I'm going to jump back to my YouTube page and show you what I've been doing in real life. Because when I'm reviewing races and I've been offline, I did grab those clips. And that helps me remember what's what with that year. And it is my dad's last full year in NASCAR. He does go and do some random things throughout 2001 2000 to 2004. He really does local stuff now. So anyway, while this ad is in progress, I will bring up, let's see. On my page, you just scroll down. You got Miss T Motorsports, my dad's, some of his recent stuff. North Carolina Fun. This is a few things that I've been doing. Okay, we had that huge ice storm, and I'll play that. I'll show you, this is my cabin revival. This is what it looked like a month ago, 2 months ago. Alrighty,
guys, it's been about 5 years.
It's 2 months
since
ago.
I've attended her. I built her about 7 years ago. 2 years I was into my project. COVID hit, and I went south to be with my elder parents. My beautiful little cabin was rented out, but unfortunately, we had a little bit of a problem. I have cleaned that, and I still have left to clean this. Now, we had a tenant that was obviously mentally ill. I've got a lot of insulation to fix on these little spots, but I've got some spares. That's like Provec insulation. It really works really well. That used to be a shower in the back corner. It's been disassembled. There used to be a pole from there to support the upper level, which is really the living quarters. This down here was basically, I had a kitchen here, I had microwave and stove refrigerator, I had a on-demand water heater on that wall, which is gone, and there's the ladder up to the loft where the sleeping area and my art room was. But 5 years, a lot happened. So this is where we are at. We are cleaning about 12 more bags out, and bless my heart, I got my contractor bags and my gloves. Okay, we'll get to it.
Yeah, that was what it was, and this is what it is now. And I'll close out with the ice storm aftermath. Live, so forgive me. I recorded this week. I am in my cabin, okay? And I was just testing stuff. Now, look, guys, my cabin, I started building it 5 years ago. I got to this point, well, I started building it 6 years ago. So 7 years.
And COVID hit. I had to go south, take care of my family, and I only got so far. I didn't get none of my siding on the outside. It is insulated inside. It's just my little art cabin. I lived in here after a life situation, breakup, whatever. Built a house, didn't live in it. So I built this. Anyway, built like a post and beam structure, except with a 10-inch galvanized 3/8-inch spikes. In the corners, there's two. It looks like that one missed, but it didn't, because there's one in the base, there's one in the next one, there's one in the, and then there's two in that counter. Anyway, this was all my design. It was rented to some feller. Gosh, it had to have been maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It's been abandoned for about 3 years. It's got a lot of structural damage I have to fix on the back wall there. Apparently rodents got in and pulled a lot of this insulation. This is double. This is what I insulated with. It's called Provec, and it's behind everything. These are just extra pieces, and in fact I'm gonna take one of them and put it on the roof. Now we got one structural issue. See, there was a post right here, and it was supposed to go to there, and for some reason somebody removed it. I don't know if they meant to put a bed in here. This area was my shower, but it was only temporarily
concreted because I was going to put an actual drain in there and go out the back wall. I do have the hot water heater, the on-demand hot water heater I'll reinstall. But like I said, this is mostly going to be my artist cabin, but because it was abandoned for so many years, say 2 years at least, I'm going to turn it into my greenhouse. And I've got all my cleaning supplies. Oh, excuse me. The dust, thankfully we don't have mold. Let me climb up here. I got my cleaning supplies. I got plenty of beer. Right now, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna spray with bleach everything because we don't want to have the freaking bubonic plague. This is my little upstairs loft. Look at this. Isn't it cute? So friggin' cute. But my job today is to take that out. Also, I gotta spray the floor because obviously this person, oh God, don't even get me going there. Don't even get me going. All my beautiful paintings on the wall. Somebody covered up with white paint. But that's all right. I'm just gonna freaking paint it white or sand it or whatever. Main thing is this. Look at the scuzz. Dirty scuzz everywhere. And talking about the dirty scuzz everywhere, it took me, I think, 3 hours just to wash the upstairs. I didn't do it on video, but after I got done washing the entire upstairs and down the actual staircase or the ladder, I washed all that too, all the blue paint and some of the counter. I was too tired to remove the bed. I still have to do that, and I still have to remove the wood off of the greenhouse. So that's, you know, like I said, it just wore me out just cleaning all of that scuzz. I got gloves, and I'm going to start cleaning. I got to replace the insulation in the roof. I wiped everything down. Really bad storms in North Carolina when I was
You could see there's spider webs everywhere.
So I got to get up there and replace that. But you can see the construction.
Yeah, I need to re-insulate
cool,
that,
the way I did
tuck
it.
the insulation back in on that
The whole
roof, and then I
structure
need
is all these beams.
I need to
These are
get a
added
roof
for
cap
extra strength.
because my roof cap
And
was
like I
taken.
said, this
Don't
was
know where
my
it ended
bed.
up.
Let me back up so you can see. It's only built on an 8 foot by 8 foot footprint. So I'm backing up. I had to shut the door, but you can get the vibe. And like I said, I had only partially finished it. Someone came in and kind of changed the shelving situation. I'm going to make
All
the
that's
shelves
coming
back
out.
to my art shelves again. A lot of these are actually shelves that held a lot of my paints. And I just was getting creative. I cut the trees down in the yard to clear area for this little house. And
I was going to
that's
complete
one of
that
my
wall
favorite
like
parts. And
like
it
this,
was my concern
but I'm
being
going to just
gone that
panel
this
it.
wall
I'm going to pull the wood off the other
made
side,
out of
finish
poplar
this,
branches,
and panel
like
it.
a real natural wall would have molded or something because it was never coated or finished. I used to have my
I was actually
TV
going
right
to
there.
caulk in between all
It's
that,
so
and make it a
funny, and
solid
I'm
wall and
sitting
sand
where
it.
I would have had
but
a bed, but what I got to
I
measure.
didn't get to it.
Sorry if I'm scrolling so fast. I have to measure that this little space. Let me back up.
I still think I can make the dinette fit up there.
That this little space right there will fit. It's raining out there. I thought I was hearing footprints. That this little space right here would fit the buffet out of my camper. So I'll remove that bed there that was just like my bunk, and probably remove some of them shelves right there. And I think that my quite honestly, my buffet will fit there. Let me see if I can't prop you up. I'm gonna measure the space. Gotta measure the space. Now it should be like just under 4 feet, because it was 4 feet on center. Says we got 41 inches, 40 inches from here.
To gain space, I'm going to take those poplar branches off of that back wall. Just solid
height-wise,
panel it to gain that extra 2 inches from the wood. Because then I can make it fit.
24 by 24 would be 48. 24 by 24 would be 48. Mm-hmm.
That's if the back of the benches were tall. They're actually lower.
Snug. 50 here.
Oh, that's good. It'll fit.
24
because as I drop it down to the table level,
the buffet will not fit up here.
It will. I thought about it. I might have to just lower the backs of them, because they got high backs and pillows and stuff, and I can lower those physically and have the pillows cover where I cut off the wood on the backs of the chair. I've got they're 3-foot benches, this width-wise, so they'll plenty fit.
42 is about the most on the length. I think that I have to be 46.
But I'm excited to do that. It's just set on the back burner for a minute because I've got to remove the greenhouse roof first.
I want to try to make the buffet go up here. I might be able to do it. I just won't be able to have it be as wide. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Let's see. Man, I swear it looks like it would fit. I gotta really think about it, because I really do want to put that buffet dinette up here. We can make it work. We can make it work somehow. We've got enough footprint on the floor to keep it stable.
Fun fact, the reason I put those branches there, I slept up there before the back wall was on, and it was all open. I just didn't want to roll off my bunk
Disgusting mess.
out into the yard. I mean, I know there was a beam there, but still.
Weather has broke here in the Carolinas. I've been waiting for weeks to get on this and clean this disgusting mess. Like I said, I'm spraying bleach on everything. I don't care if it bleaches anything, to be honest. I just want it clean. I want no more bubonic plague or whatever the...
I don't spray my phone, so that's why. But after I get offline, I go back in there and I spray it all.
Like I said, it's...
And clean for 3 hours.
Sad that I had to leave and come back with it in, like, probably the worst condition I could have imagined. But we've cleaned it out. And I've got video. You would not believe what it was like. But yeah, I'm gonna spray everything down with bleach. And all of that. And anyway, I'm not gonna stay too long. This is just gonna be a boring cleaning day. And I'm not gonna be on too long today. Most of the snow has dissipated. I got that stuff soaking. See how gross? Gross. But I'm gonna come down my loft. that will be my shower again someday. Because I like having water. You know, like when you have an outbuilding and you're doing art, you need water. And, anyway, all that scuzz on the rails, all that's washed now. All the spider webs are gone. It's, I cleaned all the way to that lower level. This is where I'm going to do the greenhouse. I'll turn around so you get the lay of the land. Now I'm going to pull all that off of there. Made next. Just to have a front and back door because, you know, you need those things. Because it's going to snow. But this is going to be the greenhouse. No, it's going to rain in 2 days. I've got to pull all of this. This was all closed in, rooftop-wise. I had closed it in with tarps when I left to try to salvage everything. Covering the roof. But one tarp blew off, obviously. And I was not here. So it rotted the whole roof. All of this is rotten. Got to be removed. Even the studs look pretty shot. But like I said, the structure is these. So also built with those spikes. Yeah, I just began that room. I wasn't sure if I'm going to get a second layer on that. All this rotten wood, I will put that today. Way more posts. With much more. But I had thought of making that a patio upstairs. I do want to get back to my racing streaming. Above the greenhouse, but it's going to be a greenhouse. I'm reviewing the end of 1999, which is almost the end of my dad's NASCAR career. I got to be careful. I don't want to fall. Look at the snow. Snow, snow, snow. Our pipes froze last night, too. Yeah, we barely got them running this morning. This is all going to be taken down today, and I'm not going to bore you with all that. I'll videotape some of it. I will actually videotape taking down that. I might go live later if I do it. All this will be taken out. I'm going to put a rain gutter in the main house. Going to use this separate as the greenhouse out here. Yeah, I'm going to make the rain gutter actually fill a barrel for watering my greenhouse. We've been kind of stuck in the mud. Like, I got a lot of cleaning to do. A lot of this stuff come around when a bad tenant left a lot of mess. So all of this is getting cleaned up. Eventually, I might move my RV to right here to connect with the house and maybe enclose this for her. We have to build a laundry room here. Somebody attempted it, but obviously didn't have skills. Or a saw. Yeah, we will disassemble this and make it all better. But yeah, a lot happened in 5 years. I couldn't believe it, but you know, she's elderly and she does her best too, and tried to have a little income from a tenant and he destroyed it. So I have no idea what those pieces of wood hang in there are for. I mean, I could make a million stories about what went on while I was gone, but I just don't know. My little private Idaho here. My son said the pit bull we were fostering was sitting here on top of this little potato tower. And she's curled in a ball behind me. I always give a little snack of peanut butter. Yeah, they're all listening. And this is my little, like I said, my little area. And there's my puppy. Here's my puppy. There she is. We've been snowed in. We've had to pile the trash. We're going to take the trash out very soon today. Stella got drink. Fixed the back wall, if anyone was wondering. Remember, the back wall of the RV fell off on the highway. Of course, you can tell that Florida sun damaged so much. We've got everything to repair the roof, and we just needed warm weather. So that's another project my son will be tackling this week too. So we're just making do. We're gonna clean up everything, make it beautiful again. So yeah, glad if you got to watch this on let's see, on VOD. I appreciate it. Most of my stuff I put up on YouTube. And anyway, let's give you an outro. Did I touch anything? Hi. Okay. This is an outro. We are working on the cabin. It's over there. It's little. It's teeny weeny. It's a mini cabin. But it was my home for about 2 years, so, before it got destroyed. But anyway, I love back in the valley. I hear a titmouse up there. It's really unlevel land that I walk on. I got myself a cane. We gotta burn a bunch. It'll help me not bust my ass. And one of my favorite parts about the valley is the presence of horses. There's horses everywhere. And I live right here near the arena. I don't know if you can see the arena, but that's the arena. The arena is beyond this, way down, right by this very distant pine tree. It's right by there. So you can see the bleachers, barely. See if I can show you some horses. Beth's horses are in the field on the next field. Beth's horses are down here, right here. So yeah, this white one and a brown one. I love it here in Alexander County. And this is the arena down by this pine tree. The mountains over there. Hold still. Ardo is right here, and that's Alexander just on the other side. Love Valley town is up on this hill. So anyway, Alexander County's out there. Checking me out. I'm a little breathless, a little winded, but yeah, I'm glad I'm back in the valley. I've been cooped up because it's been raining. I mean, it's raining and snowing. Signing off. I'm going to make a studio up in that upper building I showed you. Can't wait. And racing season has officially begun. So shout out Ryan Priest. Y'all know we're modified people, so shout out Ryan. And Butterbean, follow him. He's a fun one to watch at night. He streams live on Twitch. Anyway, help out these young race car drivers, and then go to your local short tracks, of course, and follow me on Miss D Motorsports. I'll try to do more of this streaming stuff because I'm here, and we're firing out. We survived. Alrighty, guys. Say hi to Stelly. Love y'all. We'll have more streams coming at you soon. That's the coolest thing, is my puppy gets to run free. She couldn't run free in Florida. We have loose leash laws in this little town because of the horses. The horses ride with the cattle dogs loose, and it's, even though the county has leash laws, if there were problems, then of course it would be a problem, but it's one of those little extras that comes from this little tiny town because of the horses and the cattle dogs and all that. So anyway, I guess other than the schedule, Daytona 500 lineup, I think that's where I'm at. Lineup tracker, follow the updates after single car qualifying and the duels. And there's the lineup. Kyle Busch, Briscoe, Elliott. You know what really stinks? Is Priest got to start way in the back. Where's Priest starting? Ninth. That's the dual result. I'm sorry. Dual results. Let's see. Roblox, Great American Race. Well, they're pushing the video game stuff, huh? NASCAR and Night launched NASCAR 25 Creator Series. Well, lots of information here. You get your results. Race results. Oh, and these are, I get my favorite drivers. I can put them in the list. That's Xfinity. Xfinity fastest last. This might be last year's stuff. Anyway, I haven't really researched it all that much, but fan rewards page. I just logged into this week, so level up your fandom, rack up points, set up your fantasy lineup, leaderboard. So I guess you get, like, you enter sweepstakes, you get rewards and junk. Championship can redeem now. Redeem 50 points for a chance to win a NASCAR experience. So I guess I can redeem points. I'll mess with it later. Anyway, I guess we will jump back to my channel. View my channel. Ta-da. Okay, that's it for today. Very short. 1 hour is enough for me. I hope you have fun racing. I think the truck races tonight. That's what I was going to look up, is all that schedule. But y'all know how to look all that up. I don't want to jump on all the Twitters and this, that. Hey, Gamer, good to see ya. It was good to watch you race this week. You did really well getting a good qualifying run and all. It was a tough race this week in your league, but I'm glad you said hey. I'm going to jump off and upload this and watch some old races like I normally do. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, guys.